From across the country, key players in Nigeria's telecommunications sector gathered under one roof for ATCON's annual general meeting and National Executive Council elections. With the theme impact of adjacent agencies on Nigerian telecom sector, the way forward, the event zeroed in on one issue: growing interference by non-core regulators, and decried what they called regulatory duplicity, pointing to state agencies imposing overlapping charges and inconsistent policies that burden operators and stunt infrastructure development. According to the president of ATCON, telcos are seeing levies and policies from agencies that have no core mandate in telecom. This puts our investments and investor confidence at serious risk.
And to strengthen our continental ties, at the end of the day, we are all here to do business. And we're all here to ensure that our businesses grow and our businesses thrive. And that is the reason why we have an association. So if we're not doing anything to ensure our businesses grow and thrive, both locally and internationally, then the association has failed. So these are the things we're looking ahead to do. And we hope that with your support we'll achieve all this. So just to close that, to say that ATCON is not just an association. It's a collective commitment to shaping the future of Nigeria's digital economy. And I want us to see it as such. It's not just, you'll be surprised how far our efforts go in shaping this digital economy we are all participating in. There are several things we have done as an association. I can tell you for free, we do make an impact, and they are actually looking forward to our contribution. So we need to ensure that we continue to see ourselves not just as an association, but a body that commits to shaping the future of our digital economy. And it is your continued engagement, support, and shared vision that fuels this progress.
To chart the way forward, ATCON announced the formation of an industry think tank committee with a mandate to establish clear guidelines for sector engagement and unify the industry voice.
We'll just keep engaging. It's what it is. You can't do anything about that, right? Part of the challenge we have is not just as you have multiple agencies, but most times it comes as multiple taxation. That's even a bigger challenge, right? Multiple approval process, which delays your project. So, and a few of them, in fairness, has also been progressive to our industry, you understand? So what we keep doing, and which is where ATCON is important, is continue the engagement, continue the advocacy, and hopefully positive results will keep coming out of it. But it's what it is. We just need to deal with it as part of the operating environment.
Absolutely. I think it's most critical at the time because we see a bit of some incursions, we see a bit of some statutory demands, and when you place that within the headwinds of the economic difficulty that we are having and the transition, most especially to digitization that we are having. So it looks like organizations and telecom organizations are being buffeted on many sides, and every small, unwarranted and unavoidable influence, interaction is better put out rather than coming into our domain. So I think the engagement is clear for us on what we should do, and it's also an appeal to the agencies that please permit us to stay in business so that the more we do, the better we are able to contribute to the economy of the nation. And we would advocate that we are law-abiding, we are tax-paying, and we love to be compliant organizations, but it gets to a limit where you start to struggle, and that comes with unexpected and unintended outcomes. So we'd like to say, as we move towards a one-stop shop, I think it'll be the way to go for all of us, and eventually it translates even to a bigger economy, and we've seen that in other domains.
Okay, yeah, but like we have actually preferred, a lot of us have preferred solutions to this. Obviously, these are existing because they have statutory mandates, right? And then some do not have statutory mandate. It is something that we have looking into. We want to provide solution. How do we create a very comfortable environment for the stakeholders within the sector, right? I think it's going to be it could be complicated, but I think we're going to arrive at some point a solution that can actually be a relief to the operators, especially because it requires multiple taxation, it comes with multiple responsibilities and all that, duplication of responsibilities and all that. I think something has to be done as quickly as possible, and obviously there has to be some legal perspective to this, really, and it has to be National Assembly involvement in this as well. I know recently we had this NCA colloquium. Yes, that was set up by the National Assembly, and we had all the stakeholders in it, and we had consultants and experts across the world to provide solutions on how do we review the NCA Act. I think that, like I said earlier on, when I was, discussing one or two things about, it is not just an ICT thing or telecom. This is digital services, so many services and digital economy, innovation and the rest. Everything has been collapsed into one right now. So we have to be able to define some of the things that will enable us to kind of regulate positively, effectively, and also suit especially the people who had the direct beneficiaries. Yes, because we need to make it very comfortable for them to be able to continue investing in the industry, and also ensure that the consumer, everybody is a consumer at the end of the day. Regulators are still consumers, the operators too are also consumers, even the advocacy group, we also end up being consumers. So it's all going to be to our own benefit eventually. I think that it's going to take a while, but I'm sure that if we prefer the first option of coming together to discuss this, then we know what to do, or where do we move forward to. Then if that does not work, of course there has to be some kind of probably executive order or something, but we will actually have a headway very shortly by God's grace.
I'll be very honest with you, the level of infrastructure in Nigeria is below acceptable standard. Most of our infrastructures are losing their performance level, efficiency. Government is not supporting. Take a typical example in terms of power. We're talking about over close to about 70 to 75% of our infrastructures running on power solutions like diesel, and the solar solutions are not working either, because of security and theft. And you can go on and on. Like what I told you, I operate in one of the critical or most challenging environment, the Niger Delta, where in terms of the environmental challenges from access, theft, a lot of double taxation, community, demands. And I can tell you, if government can support in creating the basic support, with regards to electricity, that will go a long way, like what is obtainable in civilized world. Other than that, the infrastructure we're operating today is below acceptable level, and that's why you can actually see that sometimes the networks are not performing optimally. We try as much as possible to, put the infrastructures in better performance level, but unfortunately we still require government support with regards to key and critical infrastructures like electricity. Other than that, we're struggling to make sure that we maintain network performance to a certain level of key performance indicators. So there are major challenges, and that requires government support.
So based on this discussion, we've agreed that we've set up a subcommittee that will engage the relevant stakeholders. The main issue was previously we had multiple taxation. Now we have overlapping agencies in the telecoms and IT space that are not really moving the industry forward. So I'm sure by the time we put together these items, we will engage the relevant regulatory and governmental agencies, and I'm sure there will be an alignment and progress, because as a country we need to move forward. We must commend the government. One of the things I'm happy about was the critical national infrastructure bill that has been passed, and I'm sure based on that the country
and the industry will continue to move forward. This is something that is coming to light recently, and I'm sure with the same vigor, government will be able to address it as well. They will listen to the industry and the players, and I'm sure as stakeholders will move forward and get the right solution.
The major challenge we've been having in the industry is the capital, and because of the economic situation, recently the government increased the tariff, which we have seen going to have a very positive impact on the expansion and how to grow the industry. And apart from the economic challenge, we do have some we can say induced challenges from the community, where they disrupt our services, cutting our infrastructure. But thanks to the government too, they have given us a bill that protects our infrastructure, and we believe in the couple of years the industry is going to impact, because we are enabler for other technology and for other services. So we believe as soon as that we are going to see much of what we've been doing in this country to actually improve the GDP, which is more economical for the government.
The truth of the matter is that the industry is becoming over-regulated. A lot of people coming in because they believe we have a lot of resources to throw out, and everybody want to come and have a part of the cake. Everybody coming to regulate us, ask us a lot of things that does not concern them. We have a regulator in the industry, the NCC. They should go to NCC and meet us. Not everybody coming to regulate. You know that recently an agency fined Meta, the Facebook owners, and I don't know why they didn't go through the NCC to do that, because with such, foreign investors will begin to run away, to impact negatively on our rating from foreign investors. And the FDI they are looking for may not come, obviously.
Though we have different agencies, we want the same thing, but sometimes we pull in different directions. So what we need to do now, this kind of event, is to bring everyone together, because, I mean, think about it. Look at what telecom sector contributes to the GDP of the country. So by the time all of us come together, different agencies, we pull together in synergy in the same direction, we want to make our milestones faster and make our voice heard to the authorities, and to be able to provide support to the members associations, the members that are within the associations that we actually represent.
ATCON on its own cannot do it alone, to drive the change that we need in a country and have more people engage in having access to broadband. So you need to engage all the other agencies that are related to technology, related to information systems, and also related to telecommunications. Yeah, I think we've made a lot of progress, because there are many states now that are aware that ICT infrastructure is not just for gain only, it is also for good governance and to enlighten people, so that people will know that the success of ICT in Nigeria is our collective gain. It's not just the business owners or the telecom owners, because, for example, you are in your home, you want to transfer some money. If you don't have good service, that's going nowhere.
Okay, honestly speaking, the event is a hub for us to promote the industry, because a lot of challenges has been going forth and back, most especially with policymakers, stakeholders, which I believe with a platform like this is for us to enable and advocate for changes, for also variances, to see how we can develop the sector generally.
With new executives sworn in, the mandate is clear. Defend the sector, unify its voice, and push back against fragmentation, both internal and external.